Hello, my name is Hannah, and today we are building a fairy cottage. Now, I'm calling it that because that's what the inside looks like, and that's what I was going with the inside, but I had no plans for the outside. I only had plans for the inside. So the inside and the outside kind of match, kind of don't match, but the cottage vibe is there, but the inside is more like yellow, green, cutie cottage, and the outside's like stark white and stone. But, it looks cute from the outside and it looks cute on the inside. But do they go together? Maybe not. But a lot of my houses don't match the inside to the outside, so it's okay. But today, I put this, I have, a stress ball. And, it's, it's like a rubber, outside with, what feels like cornstarch. It's not cornstarch, but that's what it feels like. So that's what I'm going to describe it as. So I have it in my drawer, and I put it on top of a sticky note. The sticky note is where I write down my ideas of what to talk about, because I have the worst memory when it comes to things I'm going to talk about in my videos. The rest of the time I can remember what I want to talk about it just fine, when I'm need to be okay, need to tell brother this, and I'll just put it in my mind. But anything that I'm okay, I should talk about this in a video, 4 seconds later I'm what was I going to talk about? So I put it on the sticky note, and so I put this little ball on my sticky note, and now it just it imprinted, how on erasers, if you stamp it down on written stuff with lead and stuff, it'll cup onto the onto this eraser. Does that make any sense? But it did the same thing on the ball. And so now I'm okay, well, now this eraser says editing software, which is what I'm going to talk about in this video. So I guess that's a good reminder. But now it's just well, it's backwards too. But I can still read it. But it's just okay, I hope that comes off, because technically it's not mine. I stole it. And then my brother was okay, you can keep it, because I've had it for 7 months and he didn't notice. So now it's mine. But I fidget way more than him, so, it's okay. This is what siblings do. You just steal each other's stuff and call it, your own. But as my, orange ball says, I am going to talk about the first ever editing software that I had for YouTube. I mentioned it briefly in yesterday's video for the past, the last, 10 seconds of me talking. That's what I was talking about. So the first ever editing software that I had, I don't remember the name of it, so no shade to them, because I don't remember the name of it, because I deleted the entirety of it from my computer and then called it good. And then I got an actual editing program, and it's much better. This one works very good. And so that one, I had no problems, and I made the first 10 to 15 videos on my channel with that editing software. It looked fine, it worked fine, and I had gotten pretty comfortable with it. And the last 5 videos, I started noticing an issue, because with that editing software, I'd say just most free editing softwares, that it's a pretty common trend. So you would put it into a thing, and then you would cut out sections by making chunks of the video, and then you would put all of those together in a line and then export it. And that was fine, because I had never seen another editing software, so I was okay, this is fine, I can work with this. And it worked just fine. If you look back to my first couple of videos, everything looks smooth, everything looks fine, everything works pretty good. And then I get 10 probably videos in, I don't exactly remember. But then I start realizing that when it exported, because I was looking over my videos, because at that time I didn't have to listen to myself talk over the voiceover too, so at that time I was looking at more of my videos, and so I was noticing, I think it was in my 1910s, or maybe my 1900s inspired house. It's the second most popular video on my channel, so just if you want to look at it, it's that house. But I noticed in that one that it had rearranged half of my footage and cut out the entirety of the kids' bedroom section. And so I was oh, that's weird. Did it change in the editing software? No, not in the slightest. It didn't change anything, and it was still perfect. And then when it went to export, it broke. And so I was what is happening? And so I had that happen for 3 or 4 videos, I think. And then I was nope, we're starting over. And then I got one, and then I was no, I hate this. And now I'm on the 3rd one that I've ever had, and this one's good. and I like this one. I haven't had any issues with this one so far, other than the fact that it has too many settings and I don't know how to use any of them, but I could look any of them up easily. I just don't, because I don't have the time and I'm too lazy to do that. So, you know, it's fine. I very much so enjoy this editing program, but that like frustrated me so much. I was like, what is it doing? How to do that one? Because yes, it was a free editing software, so obviously it wasn't going to be perfect, but it was working fine for a very long time. And then it like all of a sudden was like, okay, now we're just like not gonna work, like that, if that's okay with you. And I was like, no. And then I tried to fix it, like several times, and I'm like, this is not working. That's when I finally was like, I am done with this, and deleted the entirety of it from my like computer. And it was like one of the more like highly rated free editing programs, because at that time I had like my friends subscribed and then like 2 videos. So I was like, okay, that's pretty good. And so I was like, yeah, everything's good. This is a good editing program. And then it was just like, you know, never mind. We're just not gonna work, which is honestly pretty relatable. But it's free, so I didn't waste any money. And I don't even remember the company's name. So, you know, I have literally no clue. But I think it was like a singular person ran the editing thing. I feel like I remember that, but I think that's about it that I remember. I think I tried multiple before that, I don't think I put any videos up with the editing softwares I had before that, because I was just like looking into them and like trying them out and be like, no, I don't like that. Because like comfort with an editing software makes it easier to like work it, because like I couldn't tell half the buttons on some of those free ones, and so I was just like, I don't know what to do. And so I'd be like, no, we'll get a different one. And that one I understood perfectly. There was a tutorial on it when you first started, so I was like, good, this is good. I think this is all fine. And yeah, it betrayed me. But if you look back to my other like older videos, I cut much more of my videos out, and I don't know if like I didn't talk at all. It was just music over it, which, you know, is fine. I was not comfortable talking in the slightest. Didn't talk ever at that point, but I think it worked well for the first like 10 videos, because those videos were pretty good. Those builds were kind of cute. Like my very first ever video, I still like those houses, and that was like 6 months ago. So I think it was like 5 months ago. Like my 6 months after posting my very first ever video is February 25th, so that's pretty cool. Also, one issue, you probably saw this like just like recently, but until like I was an hour into building this, I was like, there's not an upstairs. I didn't put any bedrooms in this house. I did the entire floor plan. I was like, there's no bedrooms. What did I do? And I entirely messed up, and then now the dining room and where the piano was is now bedrooms. So it's not that bad, because I didn't have to like, you know, get rid of the living room or like the kitchen to put a bedroom, but I did almost forget to put bedrooms. But I think that's okay. That's not the first time I've forgotten something. Usually it's not like bedrooms, usually it's like a bathroom. But you know, everyone makes mistakes, and it's fine. But we're getting to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed my video. But it's almost screenshots time, so I post a new video every day of the week, so you can watch another video tomorrow. Bye!